Welcome to the Homeschool Together podcast. Where one working mom and a stay-at-home dad help you navigate the nuts and bolts of the growing and dynamic world of homeschooling.
With a focus on early learners, like me.
All the ins and outs of building and maintaining your homeschool life.
Homeschool.
Find out tips and tricks to make things like this easier.
I'm reading.
And ultimately, enjoy educating your kids. And what's that last thing?
Have fun together. Did I do good, Daddy?
Yeah, you did, sweetie. Good job. Welcome to Homeschool Together podcast. Today we're going to be talking about the Sago Minibox subscription service. But before we begin, head on down in the show notes, connect with us on social media, head on over to iTunes and leave us a nice review. That would be really helpful. And we also have a resource guide available if you're starting your kindergarten or planning for your kindergarten around the world tour. We have a nice little PDF for you that could help you in those first few countries.
I think it's like 30 pages, so it's not
nice
really
little. Well, I'm reading really long books right now, so it's a little. Yeah. Our podcast today is brought to you by Home Construction. With child-free home construction.
Yeah. Well, we're laughing because Matt's covered in paint and I'm covered in dust from sanding.
And we don't have a child within 30 miles of our house.
I know. Grandma has taken the children.
Grandma.
I don't know what to do with myself.
I know. We're kind of like...
we were joking. Like, we're recording this in the daytime. We always record after our kids go to bed.
We're well-rested. We're well-fed. Yeah, child-free. It's nice.
Right, yeah. And not tired, because usually we're doing this at like 9 p.m.
Nope, don't have the shake in the hands anymore. No. All right, but let's get into it. So we've been doing a couple of reviews on different products. A lot of these subscription services are very popular right now, and we've been spending the last, couple months subscribing to a bunch of them.
We've been trying out a bunch of stuff for you guys. We
out.
want to try it out because, you see the ads come across. I'm sure everyone sees the ads on Facebook and different things. And it's fun, the idea of getting something in the mail for your kid. But it's like, well which one to do? And
especially, during the pandemic when you can't go to Joann's or Ben Franklin's or something of that nature and look for crafting supplies. Some people
and you can't get together with your co-op and do fun activities. This is a nice
little alternative, especially in the short term. It's also very nice in the standpoint of the holidays coming up, as a gift giving to maybe another family. You may still have some other kids in your extended family that may actually be still going to school or doing distance learning school at home. It's something that could help kind of spruce up the experience. It's a great little gift, maybe in line with the, our earlier podcast about the Homeschool for Holidays gift guide that we put together. This is another good example of that. So what is the Sago Minibox?
So basically it's a monthly subscription box with play-based activities. They're educational, but this isn't a teaching type of box. This is actually more based in play. So this is for the younger learners.
So basically it's cardboard activities, right?
Yeah, it's basically cardboard based.
But it's not like, like what we all think of cardboard. These are like really nice. It's like maybe heavy punch out,
almost like
type of things.
What you would get if you had like a board game, like that kind of like level. Thick, nice cardboard. So it's really interesting. Each box comes with 3 different activities in them, and the box itself transforms into part of the play structure, which I think is really unique because all the other boxes are just like the box holds all the stuff. But
our Yum box is really just something to hold it. But
right,
but that's just for food. So I mean, maybe functionally you don't need the box.
We will be reviewing little passports and things, and the box was just kind of the box.
Yeah. But it's thoughtful to include the box as part of your storage.
So I like that part of it. So in the box, it gives you a sheet that says, take a peek inside. Here's what's included. Here's the different activities. I love that the activities are all put in their own pouches, so you can decide.
Like a large letter holder.
Yeah, I don't know what this is. Maybe like a 6x8, something like that.
Yes. 6x8.
So it basically says, here's what the activity is in this pouch, and you can decide when you want to do it. I think this is kind of nice because with some of the other subscription boxes, when you open it, you're like, is this a multi-hour thing we're getting into by opening this box, right? And then your kid's really excited, or at least our kid is super excited.
It did turn into a multi-hour thing, but it wasn't a huge commitment of like, time and resources and cleanup and all that.
Well, no, I just mean for other boxes, right?
Yes,
you open other boxes, or and it's like little passports, for example. We opened that. We'll do a show on little passports as we get some more boxes in to review for you. But you open something and you're like, it's all just there. It's not. This is nice because it's separated into activities. So we could open it and say, okay, oh, look, we have our activities 1 through 3. We're going to do activity 1 today, and know that it's not this just huge thing, which is fun.
On each card is printed the actual steps and the instructions. So that was really nice. Where you don't have to like flip through a booklet or whatnot. You just pull the card or pull the envelope out, follow the instructions. It tells you what the contents are, tells you the steps, step 1, step 2, step 3, like set up in this case, it was kind of the Friends of the Forest type of thing. So set up the forest, there's a seek and find, and then there's further ways to play. And so there's inside is a little card that tells you additional things you can do. I think there was a couple things where you had to, can you find the flower or the mushroom or the whatever? And they had additional little hunt and find things in the art set and also in the box that, in this case, it was a little forest and a little cabin inside the forest. And so there were additional things that were hidden in the art. So it was kind of a cool little thing. And then most of it is punch out, like as you said, it was sort of like a game pieces. Like if you're thinking like a kind of like a tile based game where there's a heavy cardboard. And, in this case, it was a tree, like a stump, a mushroom, and then you pop it out, and then they have cleverly, have like a little slit on it, so it creates kind of this standing feature.
Right.
And so you can move them around in the set. What was also nice is that I know every set comes with a kind of a minifig character.
Yeah, this
it's not Lego, but it's like a little
chipmunk.
Yeah, it was like a chipmunk or something like that came with it. So it comes with this cool little character, and then you also, by building these additional characters, you have all these things to play with, and then inside the box is kind of the environment.
And it's good, because it tells you the activities too. You can open up your first activity and do it, and then you can plan for when you want to do the remainder. So like activity 2, for example, is a bunch of these cardboard cutouts. It's to make acorn pizza, worm spaghetti, and chocolate twig cookies. And the way that you make those, so you're going to pull in a little bit of nature pieces for the obviously twigs and things for the chocolate chip cookies, but kinetic sand is included in this one.
Those little twigs and stuff, those were more punch out things. Like they actually were little cardboard pieces, like the art pieces.
Oh, were they? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't do this with her.
You did. No, you didn't do that one. I did that one. Good
correction. But so what's nice about this is this has kinetic sand in it.
Yeah, kinetic sand.
But you could just decide, like, so this was great. I felt like this was nice because it wasn't a one and done situation. The components are very high quality, so I feel like our we could keep this. She can play with it. Maybe our second child will play with it. And I love that it was broken down into smaller pieces to allow you to kind of string out. I hate to pay $20 or something for a subscription box or $25, and then it's like over, just in a very short amount of time.
Like you do the activity with your child, and then they play for an hour, and then it's done. What's really nice about this is you do have the varying activities. So if you're thoughtful about, this is coming every month. So basically every 4 weeks, you'll get a new box. And if you spend the first week and do the first activity and have fun with it, you can then bring it out the following week, do the second activity, third week, do the third activity. We didn't do that. Ours just said, give me the next one, give me.
Well,
and then
you had time. So
and then we had time to play with it. And then she played with it for, oh my gosh, like an hour. We ended up at it was during one of the baby's naps, and we had to put it away because the baby woke up. And
she's brought it out several times to play with.
She
it
has,
since
yeah,
then.
and she'll set it out on the table, and she'll just go crazy for an hour and stuff. And so it's really imaginative, a lot of play. She has really liked it, and we've gone back to it. So you can either do do it all in one and then have it return just via play, or if you're thoughtful, you can actually just do one activity at a time. So that's what it is. So anyway, we have the pricing. So basically, the first time you do it, it's a $10 thing, but
right,
they have a
$4 shipping.
Yeah, that is the gotcha that we want to say, is that every box has shipping. The box was a little heavy, so I can understand maybe why they have to charge shipping for it. But they do have a monthly subscription option, which is the $19 a month. So if you just want to try it 1 month, maybe another month, and maybe that might be it. They do have an annual subscription, which is a little bit cheaper. It works out to be about $15 a month. So
right, and then $4 shipping on top of those prices. So $24 month to month, $19 yearly. Your very first box, though, you can get it for $10, and then the $4 shipping, so $14. So that's what we did. We subscribed for the first box, and if you pay attention and wait for sales and things, you can maybe get a better deal on a multi-month subscription.
Yeah, maybe they might come out with like a 3 or 4 month thing, and then you can give it a try. But from what it stands, I would highly recommend this because it's
right. I think it's great.
It's not just for the way the packaging, which I thought was very thoughtful. They have reusable cardboard, reusable materials, so it's very if eco-friendly thing is kind of your thing.
Yeah, this is very eco-friendly.
This is very eco-friendly. They do a lot of recycled materials. The play and the art and the design is very playful, but I think it's age appropriate in kindergarten. It's
very age appropriate.
A lot of the characters are just very, I don't even know how to describe it. They're like, it's very soft in the sense that when you look at it, the design doesn't have a lot of sharp edges. It doesn't have a lot of, it's very playful. It's very easy on the eyes, just aesthetically.
Yeah, this was perfect for our, kinder or almost kinder child.
Yeah.
This was right in her wheelhouse.
And I think she enjoyed the fact that it was a box and everything was in the box, and it was really, everything draws you to the box.
Well, right. And the fact that the box transforms and the box is so integral to the different activities and is definitely a big part of the first activity. I loved the transformer aspect of the box. I thought that was really terrific, so that it wasn't just a hold all, but actually a part of the activities. I thought that was great.
Yeah, so we highly recommend it. Try it out for a month, see if you like it, maybe do another couple months. It's great to store, maybe if your child plays with it for a month or something, you can store it away for a younger sibling to pull out later.
Yeah, or store it later for that same child. This is a great way to do a busy box or something. We talked about that a little bit with our younger siblings. Something like this, it's so nicely self-contained. So this one, this one's forest involved. So, I mean, you could even save this and pull it out again when you're doing a unit study.
Exactly.
This was really very cute.
So
very
some
well
of
done.
the other themes that I think they showed on their website was like there was an airport one. They also had one that was like a theater one. And so it doesn't just stay in a forest theme, so it kind of hops around.
Right,
so you may be able to get, if you have multiple kids that are maybe close in age, maybe one would be more applicable to the one kid or whatnot. So they don't just stay in the forest themes.
Yeah, they don't. But it was a very cute concept. I thought it was really well done. I was pleasantly surprised on this one.
Yeah, and for the price, I it's the same. I can go to Fred Meyer and get an art kit for basically the same price. So. This is just, I think, as a complete package, with the magnifying glass was kind of cool. It does the polarization thing, so she had to put it down behind the box to actually reveal the character that was behind. Just the very thoughtful things, the letter, the pieces, the field guide, the magnifying glass, the boxing, the packaging, the letter, the letter that holds all the activities. I just thought it was as a complete package, it was very well put together.
Yeah, and if you look down in the show notes, we'll have a link to the Sago Minibox website, and this one that we got, the forest one, is actually on that site as an example, a sample one.
The box that you get when you do the first one, right?
Maybe it is. I don't know. It really cute, but you can kind of see all of it there, and I think it's really well done. These don't cost very much. 3 separate activities. Our child got multi-hours worth of play out of it, and we can keep it for later. I mean, I think it's worth it.
It's worth it.
To us, I thought it was really good, especially when we can't go and do other fun things. If you think about the money that we would have spent every month going to do other activities and take her to the movies and just do different things that we're not doing right now, I think this is a really good investment for something that she can do and really look forward to.
So we want to end this the same way we always do, is what we're into. Ariel, tell me about your nightly routine.
Yeah. In our house right now, it is all Christmas all the time. I'm sure many of you are in the same boat. So our daughter kind of wants to do Christmas all day long. The tree's set up. There's presents under there. It's driving her a little crazy.
She has catalogs all around the place. There's
we have the Rainbow Resources holiday catalog, and then I think the Amazon one came out. Anyway, I don't know.
Which she loves looking at, and has told us now that she wants to do endless amounts of jobs in order to earn endless amounts of money to buy all the things in the catalog.
Yeah, right. So it's cool. I got her to clean out the pantry so that we could so she could get something early from the Christmas tree.
This episode is brought to you by child labor. Child labor. When you need to get those things done at a very, very, very low cost.
Well, I was like, you know what? I need to clean out and organize the pantry before I do all my holiday baking and everything. And I don't want to do it. And she's 5. I figured she could pull everything out and then put things back where I tell her. And you know what? darn it if it didn't work. So that was great. So because she wants to do Christmas all the time, we had to try to like narrow in Christmas into like a specific part of the day so that we could, live our lives the rest of the time. So what we have is a nighttime routine now where we put the baby to bed. And then I'm letting our big girl stay up for an extra half hour, 45 minutes, something like that. And we kind of going through the same routine every night. So she has one of the Lego Advent calendars, which are fantastic. If you're not doing one for your child, highly recommend that you get one next year.
It's a Lego thing, but it's not religious based. I mean, you wouldn't even know. It's just
Christmas.
24 slots.
There's like we got the Lego Friends one. There's a Star Wars, a Harry Potter. There's a bunch of them. They're fantastic. So we got one of those.
Good daily motivators.
Yes. Yeah. Great daily motivator. If you don't have a Lego Advent calendar, you could always do some other type of countdown to Christmas. But anyways, we do one of those. So she opens that. And while she's playing with that, I pull out a new Christmas book. I know some folks that, they wrap each of their kids' different Christmas books. I keep them all in a box in the closet, and I go in after I put the baby to sleep, and I pull a new book so that it's kind of fresh and new. And while she plays with the Lego that she opened, I read the book to her. And then
and you're reading Christmas Carol right now,
right? And then we go upstairs, we cuddle, and we read the next 2 chapters out of the Great Illustrated Classics version of Christmas Carol.
This is in preparation for our Christmas celebration of watching the Muppet Christmas Carol while drinking the very famous Dickens Punch.
Right, adults only.
Adults only.
But yeah, no, not the Christmas Carol part.
Do Google Dickens Punch. We're going to make it this year.
It looks really gross.
It looks gross.
So
Rum
anyways,
and tea.
So that's what we're doing to kind of, she's getting to play with her felt Christmas tree, which we've talked about on the episodes before. And she's enjoying all that kind of stuff, dancing to Christmas music. And at night, after we finish with Christmas Carol, we also learn a new Christmas Carol song. So I have a great Reader's Digest Christmas Carol book, and we're just going through it and teaching her a new song every night. So and in this way, we're getting to kind of go through and do Christmas, but do it all at one point where we can really enjoy it, and baby's sleeping, so I can have some one-on-one time with my older daughter.
Really, it's a great time. And she said, her favorite part of the day now is this really elaborate Christmas routine with you. And so that's something that
it's
I
been
think
lovely.
It's been a nice thing to cultivate. I know you're not, you're working most of the time, so you don't get that really focused as much as the focus time that I get with her. And so it is nice to see that you get that. Also gives me a nice break to read my next book. But it's a very nice thing that you do with her. And I think she's getting a lot out of it, especially the singing thing. Learning Christmas songs, learning Christmas carols, understanding, the meaning of those songs, and the act of memorizing, but also singing with you.
Mm-hmm.
We've been hearing her, oh my gosh, like singing these songs all day long.
Oh yeah, she's singing constantly.
Yeah. And
you brought up something good that I'd like to talk about, which is the favorite things. So I realized that part of our daughter acting out was, a lack of connection. And especially, as you say, I'm working, even though I'm home, I'm working a lot of the time. And so because I have this special time with her every night, we lay in bed before she goes to sleep, and I ask her 4 questions, and she asks them of me back. So, what was your favorite thing today? And she talks about hers, and then she asks me. And then, what was your least favorite thing today? And that usually uncovers the favorite thing's easy for me to predict, but the least favorite thing can sometimes uncover something that was bothering her. Like, well, my least favorite thing was that we didn't get to cuddle this morning like we usually do. Something that maybe, it's things like that. Or I was really looking forward to XYZ and we didn't do that. So it gives us a good clue into something that might be bothering her.
But also lets her be heard, right? So if there was a sticking point, yeah.
And then I ask her, what are you most looking forward to tomorrow? We talk about what's going to happen tomorrow, and what are you most looking forward to? And so she'll say, oh gosh, I'm most looking forward to doing this thing with you or whatever. And so I kind of know, where her heart is at for the next day, and to make sure that we really hit the things that she's most excited about. And then I ask her,
how cool is Daddy? Well, on the cool scale, what was Daddy? 0 to 10?
No.
He was an 11.
My last question to her is, if you could go anywhere in the world tomorrow and do anything in the world, what would you do? And the answers are really surprising. Lately, she wants to go to New York because she wants to see the really big Christmas tree, and she wants to go see Broadway shows. So, of course, she doesn't, I'm not couching all this in the times of Corona and that she couldn't go and really do these things. I'm just acting like anything is possible. If you could go anywhere, what would you do? Right. And so it's funny because she says,
go to New York City, look at the Christmas trees, and go to Hamilton with my wife. I didn't tell her that. I didn't swear it wasn't me.
Yeah. So she comes up with some wild things. It was she wanted to go to Asia. She wanted to go to Southeast Asia the other day, and I said why, and because I want to see tigers where they really live. I mean, so some really imaginative things. And then she asks me, "Okay, mommy, so where would you go if you could go anywhere and you could do anything?" And she goes, "And don't say massage in Tahiti." That's what she says to me every time.
We are on Project Tahiti right now.
Yeah, the first few times I answered,
we're taking the Marlon Brando express flight to Tahiti the minute this thing is over.
Oh my gosh! And now Grandma can take the children, so yeah, it works out great. But it's funny because the first few times we talked about this, every answer that I had was like, well, I'd go to somewhere where there's a massage and a spa and probably it would be warm, like Tahiti or Fiji, or she's like, you can't go to an island and get a massage. So it's been fun. These are silly questions. I would say, if you haven't done something like this with your child, just try it. Make up your own questions, whatever you want to ask them. But I find that being inquisitive with her always surprises me. It always brings up something that I just didn't expect to hear. And it gives me some insight into how she's feeling and what she's thinking about and where her heart's at. And so, yeah, I don't know. They were silly. I felt one night like, I think it was she was kind of shutting down. She was upset we couldn't do XYZ. I don't remember what it was. And when we went to bed, she was just kind of grumpy. And so I thought I would ask her some questions to engage her. And now it turned into this thing that we've done for the last month. And
that's cool.
Yeah, I love it. And she'll even bring it up to me, and we'll be staying at grandparents' house, which we do sometimes. And she'll say, well, I can't go to bed yet. We have to do our favorite things with mommy first. So it's important to her too.
So Christmas and connection.
Yeah. I guess that's what we're into right now. So wishing yours as well. Happy holidays and connections. Thanks so much for joining us today and making us a part of your homeschool journey. Please engage with us on social media. Join our Homeschool Together podcast group on Facebook and find us at Homeschool Together Podcast on Instagram. We'd love to hear your feedback, questions, and recommendations. Until next time,
happy homeschooling!